New Orleans is the big uneasy when it comes to violent crime. FBI statistics released this morning show a city with a murder rate 10 times the national average.
The reports that have been released are ominous. They're very difficult, for the community.
According to the annual Uniform Crime Report, New Orleans had 175 murders last year, or 50 victims per 100,000 residents of the city. That's compared to the Louisiana average of 12 per 100,000 and the national average of 5 per 100,000. Demographer Greg Rigamer says the city's crime trend over the past decade is both consistent and persistent.
This statistic that we see on violent crime is somewhat of a reflection of the poverty in the community, the lack of educational achievement, and some of the other social issues that we continually address.
In addition to the 175 murders, other categories of violent crime are just as alarming in the city. Last year, there were 144 forcible rapes, 953 robberies, and more than 1,300 aggravated assaults. The nearly 2,600 violent crimes equals 740 victims per 100,000.
We're seeing an increase in sex or rape reports, but that's because I think we're counting them better. We're seeing a slight uptick in assaults, but what's really driving our problem this year, and what has been driving our problem since January, is petty thefts.
NOPD Superintendent Ronald Surpass says the bottom line is we have too much crime in our community, and the department is now using high-tech tools to focus on the most violent offenders.
We identified the 25 top offenders in our community. We've been doing that about a month. Using new software, we identify that 25, and then we drill down to the top 5.
While the chief says he does not endorse per capita statistics, he says if you look at all of the categories of violent crime, New Orleans doesn't even make the top 5 crime cities. According to his calculations based on the FBI report, those cities include Las Vegas, Atlanta, Washington, D.C., his former city, Nashville, and Orlando.
But still, 10 times the murder rate is horrifying.
And it's been that way for decades.
Okay, thanks, Paul.